Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks, and if you are watching this as of the time I'm posting it, you're probably also aware of all the social distancing and all that other stuff that's going on in the world around us. But we're going to go ahead and try to alleviate some of the boredom or some of the problems people might be having by, playing some good old-fashioned Magic. Thankfully, the people at Wizards recognize that people would generally be kind of stuck at home for the most part, so they went ahead and added some things to Arena. Namely, for us, they brought Rank Draft back just kind of permanently during this time, instead of having it on its regular schedule of switching off every 2 weeks with a different set. So Theros Rank Draft is on Arena, whereas normally it wouldn't be, and I do appreciate that. But that gives us a good opportunity to go ahead and do some buy force, and we're going to go ahead and try something a little weird here. Full disclosure, I've tried this a couple times, and it just hasn't panned out, but we're going to try to make a Theros Beyond Death mill deck. And when it comes together, you can actually make a mill deck, but the problem is that it requires very specific cards, and those cards are also uncommon. So the two main cards are Sage of Mysteries, that's the blue 0/2 that has Constellation mill target player for 2 cards, and then the other card, and the main one, is Sweet Oblivion, the mill 4 with Escape for 4 mana and 4 cards. And I found that if you pick those cards up, you can really prey on some of the slower decks, and this is going to be especially hard for us because a lot of the decks you face in Best of 1 draft happen to be these kind of like fast red-white decks. I've noticed red-white is extremely popular in Best of 1 with these Pious Wayfarers and just looking to curve out, play some enchantments, and get you dead before you get going. But we're going to see if we can find the mill pieces first off, and if not, we might have to salvage this into some sort of other draft with an alternative win con. But note that the 2 cards we're looking for are uncommon, so there's a pretty good chance that we open up some packs and we don't actually get the cards we're looking for. But that's the whole point of Buy Force, is to go in with a game plan and see if it comes together. So that's what we're going to do today, try to mill some people out. Before we jump into the draft, I do want to say thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all. Hope things aren't too hard on you, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So feel free to subscribe below if you want to see more content. I'm working on a big EDH project right now for the channel. Find us on Twitter at MTG_Manarocks. But with all that being said, let's see if we can pick up some blue mill cards. There's Sweet Oblivion and Elspeth. So the thing about Sweet Oblivion is I think you can wheel it. Elspeth is very nice too, especially in a control type deck. This can be exactly what you're looking for as far as a whatchamacallit goes. The problem is the other blue cards in the pack aren't things that the bots like to pick up quickly or highly, and I can't guarantee the Sweet Oblivion coming back, especially since this pack is pretty bad as far as the commons go. I do think the bots should prioritize Deny the Divine over Sweet Oblivion, though, so I'm wondering if I can take Elspeth and get this Sweet Oblivion on the wheel. Blue-white, I guess, is not exactly the best color for that, but blue-white does give us the alternative to move into some other direction. I'm going to take Elspeth and get Sweet Oblivion on the wheel here. Ooh, another Sweet Oblivion. All right, well, that seems like a pretty good pick. Again, can I wheel this? Because if I can wheel this, I can pick up an Entrance and Liar. The problem is if the Sweet Oblivion doesn't come back, this is very embarrassing. All right, Liar, wheel 2 Oblivions. That's the name of the game here. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be white. I mean, we don't necessarily have to be white, but we know we're going to be blue. I don't really want to take either of these blue cards. These are pretty aggressive white cards. Heliod's Punishment, not what you want for a slow deck. I wonder if I'm just supposed to take Traveler's Amulet or like Voracious Typhon in case I go like blue-green and just have kind of a beatdown plan. The thing about Sweet Oblivion is it is a fairly expensive escape card. It takes 4 cards out of your graveyard, so you can't play too many other escape cards. If you're looking to escape everything. A lot of green beaters in this pack. There's also Omen of the Dead, which is fine as well. I don't know. I could take like Transcendent Envoy in case I pick up some blue-white auras. I feel like I'm just supposed to take one of the green creatures because green's looking pretty open. Alright, so following that up, we could take Daxos. Daxos is not a card I love, but if we're looking to buy time, Daxos does a pretty good job, and it can be a good blocker. So I think Daxos is actually pretty sweet here, as much as I don't really love the card. There's a Thirst for Meaning. There's also a Daybreak Chimera. Thirst for Meaning is solid as far as filling up the graveyard, but I'm going to take the Chimera here. And probably follow up, let's see, Glimpse of Freedom, a card that I tend to like, but only if I don't have other escape cards that I'm trying to prioritize. So I guess my pick is somewhere between these two cards. Looks like we're going to be heavy white for sure with some blue cards. Guess I can take Gory Bearers. It's a decent blocker. There's a Naiad, also another Traveler's Amulet, but I'm going to take the Naiad here. And this is pick 8, so we'll see if our Oblivions come back. There is Tower and Wave Mystic, which I think is actually a trap. This card is not good. It basically mills 2 cards, and that's about it. Maybe I should take it over Lost Pride, Legion of the Lost Pride, but maybe not. I'm just going to take the 3-1. All right, we wield Oblivion number 1, and we wield Oblivion number 2, and we have an Elspeth to show for it. I'm going to take Rumbling Sentry here. We're just going to look to wall up. Starlit Mantle's playable. All right, so pretty heavy white. Blue, we knew we were going to be playing blue. Not that blue was particularly open. Didn't come out of that pack with any great removal, but bam, there's a Thrix. Thrix is an amazing pickup here. We're just going to be like a blue-white beatdown deck with some sweet Oblivions. There's also Elspeth's Nightmare, Destiny Spinner. I found Devourer to be pretty underwhelming. I do not mind either of these cards, and if I can wheel Chimera or Pegasus, that'd be nice. So there's a lot that can come back here, but we're just going to take Thrix. Here's a wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I like Lionfish, and there's Staggering Insight too, which is solid, but there's also Banish and Light, Ichthyomorphosis, and Omen of the Sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that I'd be happy to take here, and we would even consider the Courser. I think I'm supposed to just take Banish and Light, although I guess these are about the same, but Banish and Light just takes a permanent off board. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up Banish and Light here and hope to wheel, I guess, the Lionfish or the Omen of the Sea, because I don't think Ichthyomorphosis will come back. I don't care for either of these cards too much, but if this is the only thing that comes back, that'll be fine. Jeez, that was a good pack. Moving into pick number 3, we have an Unknown Shores. I guess I could take Soul Guide Lantern or Stern Dismissal. I like Stern Dismissal to kind of interact with people who are playing things like Iroas's Blessing or trying to get you with Hydra's Growth and stuff like that. I also like the Lantern, but I think you can get it like close to last pick. I don't think the bots take it. So I'm going to grab my first Stern Dismissal. Here we go. The Birth of Meletus. An overrated card for sure. People just love jamming this into white decks, but when you're actually trying to stall the game, this card is actually quite good. Same with Riptide Turtle. Maybe I should take Ichthyomorphosis, though. I don't have a lot of removal. I've got a Banish and Light and an Entrance and Liar, but the Birth is actually very good for my deck, just to guarantee I'm hitting land drops. It's a nice little stall card when all is said and done. It also goes to the graveyard more often, which matters for our escape here. My gut is telling me that I should take Ichthyomorphosis just to have an answer to something. But I like the Birth of Meletus. I'm going to take the removal spell, though. Following that up, that's a late Annex. That's a 5th pick Annex. I don't think Favorite of Iros is exactly where we want to be here. I don't think I want the other Glory Bearers. I'm going to take my first Transcendent Envoy. Ooh, another Birth. Also a Omen of the Sun, though. Or, I'm sorry, Omen of the Sea. I'm going to take my first Birth over Omen of the Sea. Hurts me a little bit, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this Flicker as well. Flicker just does a good job of being relevant in basically every single game. And sure, Tower and Wave Mystic. Sure. Alright, so on the wheel, we wield a counter spell. I will take that over my second Stern Dismissal. Unfortunately, the Lionfish is the only blue-white card we cared about coming back, but Lionfish is still playable. We got the Soul Guide Lantern and Riptide Turtle, and I'm going to take an Unknown Shores in case we just open something nuts. Another 3-1. And moving into pack 3, we were already kind of set up. We didn't see any Sage of Mysteries, which is another reason the Birth of Meletus is pretty good there. But this is an easy Dreadful Apathy. I guess there's a Revoke Existence. I'm not playing more than one Starlight Mantle, if even more, and Sun main Pegasus is fine, but Apathy is just great. Here, well, there's really not a card I want to play at all. I might actually just take this for my collection because I don't. I'm rounding out the set here, and I'm getting close to having a full set. Question is, do I want a Triumphant Surge? Surge does take care of a big creature. but so do the cheaper enchantments. Gain some life as well. I don't need this. Yeah, I'm just going to hedge and take the Surge here. I'm not a big fan of Brine Giant. Ooh, third Sweet Oblivion. Also Heliod's Pilgrim. So same deal. Wheel the Sweet Oblivion. That's going to be the game plan. Heliod's Pilgrim can at least fetch up Dreadful Apathy and Ichthyomorphosis, so that's 2 solid hits. I picked up the first Surge. I guess I can take Riptide Turtle, although I already have one. I'm going to pick up a Nyxborn Courser here. Revoke Existence to hedge against some awful enchantment. Omen of the Suns, that's a good stall card. Pretty good with Daxos as well. Vexing Goal, not 100% what this deck wants. Ooh, there's a late Thirst for Meaning. Also, just random... Oh, I meant to take Thirst for Meaning. Whoops. I would rather have that Thirst. Alright, Sure. I don't think I'm playing a Traveler's Amulet. Alright, there's a Memory Drain on the wheel. Ooh, did we not wheel the other Sweet Oblivion? We did not wheel the other Sweet Oblivion. Alright, well, we've still got 2. Good to know. The bots favor Sweet Oblivion over Memory Drain. It's kind of interesting. Alright, let's go through and do initial cuts here of things we just don't want to play. I actually think the Rumble and Sentry is kind of what we want. Don't think I need Nyxborn Seaguard. Just go through. I guess, I mean, Whirlwind Denial's fine. Tower and Wave Mystic can come out. The card sucks. Apathy. I guess Courser's not great here. The double color cards have me a little at odds. Fish Flicker. I like Flicker. We don't need a Starlit excuse me, 2 Starlit Mantles. Probably don't even need the first one. Do we have creatures we really care about protecting that much? Probably not. Soul Guide Lantern can come out, even though it's a fine playable card. Transcendent Envoy is just okay in this deck. I kind of like the first Surge, and I don't want to cut too many big dorky blockers. I guess Glory Bearers is not amazing. See going down 1 Memory Drain since I picked up a Whirlwind Denial. Still need 3 cuts. Oh, look, easy cuts. Revoke and Flicker are both, like, cards that could potentially be dead. Flicker does a decent amount, though. Oh, I have the Dreadful Apathy to go with the Flicker. I think I'm going to cut Revoke Existence. And probably one of the 3 ones or the Transcendent Envoy. Envoy's fine, though. I guess I'll go down to 3-1 since we're not looking to be super aggro. It's just a card that trades off fine. And then, what? Maybe Flicker. Again, just the most likely card to just not be what we want. Triumphant Surge, very similar. If we're playing one of those beatdown decks, then Triumphant Surge can look a little embarrassing. Could also just cut like Rumble and Sentry, since it's not like that card's amazing. I just think it's a fine fit for this deck. Could cut the Riptide Turtle, since we've got other blockers, other interaction. Alright, Rippy T, get out of my deck. We're going to run with a Rumble and Sentry here. So, Blue-White Mill. Could have had 3 copies of Sweet Oblivion, but you really only need 1. You do need to find it, and then you need to kind of have a game plan around it. I wonder if there's some argument for playing a Traveler's Amulet over the 16th land, just because this is going to go to the graveyard, which helps with the, which helps with, escape. Might actually do that. I don't mind playing a Traveler's Amulet as my 17th land. Alright, I think this is going to be my deck. It's a little defensive. It doesn't have as much removal as I would have loved, and we missed out on a couple opportunities, right? But we did get to pick up that Elspeth, and we've got kind of like a secondary beatdown plan with our Chimera, our Thrix, our Elspeth, and a couple flyers here and there. We've got reasonable removal as well in Banish and Light, Dreadful Apathy, Ichthyomorphosis. Got the bounce spell. I always like having one of these. Flicker and the bounce spell are both good at just making sure someone doesn't go like stagger and insight their dude and you just lose to it. So I think this is going to be the game plan. I could see my deck even wanting like Riptide Turtle more than Leonin of Lost Pride. Or just another decent blocker. I don't really want Tower and Wave Mystic, to be honest. I think the 3-1's fine. All right, we're going to run it. So Bifrost Mill kind of worked out. No Sage of Mysteries. We saw 3 Sweet Oblivions. We took a little bit of a risk and got 2 of them back, but didn't get the 3rd one, which is strange. But I guess that's just how the bots are designed. So thank you for joining me. Let me know again in the comments below. I just like doing this recently. What do you think the deck record is going to be? There's no way this is a 7-3 or 7-2 deck or whatever. This is more like a 2-3 deck, right? Because we're just going to get beat down. It's just going to happen. Like, trust me. That being said, let me know in the comments below before you watch how far along the ladder you think we're going to get here. And I will see you all in match number 1. All right, we are here for match number 1. We've got a pretty good hand. Like, Birth of Meletus and Helios Pilgrim put us up a card. Granted, those cards are both, situational. We've got a Flicker that can go with the Dreadful Apathy we're going to get. We are missing Island here. And Birth of Meletus only gets plain, so we're going to have a lot of white mana. And no blue mana currently. I'm going to just jam the Meletus on turn 2. Actually, let's see. If I play this now, I'm going to miss out. I'll actually go ahead and cast Daxos first. Maybe I want to save Daxos for when it has more toughness in case my opponent goes like Mountain, Omen of the Forge or something like that. Look, our opponent's going to cheese us. Ooh. I still think it's probably best for me to use my mana wisely, and if I brick on a land next turn, I can actually attack here. Yeah, if I brick on a land next turn, I can always play Birth and get a Plains. This is going to gain me 4 life. If they try to cheese me with like Command and Presence or something like that, I can just flicker their dude. No such luck there. That's fine. Probably get hit for 1. I wonder if I just don't do anything and then attack with Daxos if they block, but theirs does more damage, so that's not going to happen. Go up to 24. Daxos gets swole. All right, Banishing Light. Don't think I need to use that yet. I think I like going Birth of Meletus, play a Plains, hold up the Flicker. Looking like mono white here. To 4, get in there. So we will make an 0-4 wall next turn, turn after. Ooh, opponent was also missing blue mana. I wonder if they're also playing a double Sweet Oblivion deck with an Elspeth. Doubt it. Archon of Sun's Grace. All right, well, we'll Banish and Light that one for sure and hope they don't have an answer to the Banish and Light. I would never play this out in a blue-white deck without having some sort of backup. If they attack with the Favored, I'll double block. They do not. And blue mana would be nice. Or double blue card, I guess. Let's go ahead and just exile this while we can. And hope no Revoke Existence or anything along those lines. Get in with our Swole Daxos. Alright, drawing any land next turn would be pretty good, so just holding up the Flicker means that I'm feeling pretty safe about some stuff. That way if my opponent goes like, Revoke Existence, you're Banishing Light, I can just flicker it in and out. I guess worst case scenario is like a creature enchantment with Flash. I think I'm fine just not blocking here. Like, they deal a bunch of damage to me, that's okay. If they go like, I don't know, Indomitable Will, Favorite of Iroas, that's fine. Could also just chump block with this. I think I'm okay just taking the damage. Sure, yeah. Okay, I mean, again, that was like quote-unquote worst case scenario that they got to add to the board while also dealing some extra damage, but they deal 5 to me. It's not that big of a deal. Unfortunately, I am bricking here on my lands. Daxos can still get in there. I don't see why not. Oh, they have a Stern Dismissal up? Are we just going to chump? What is that? Wow, okay. I'm fine with them losing a creature here. Yep. We'll go ahead and get the Dreadful Apathy and pass. Again, we really just want to draw lands. Our hand's decent. Opponent hasn't put too much pressure on us. Witness of Tomorrow, sure. Alright, I will chump the Favorite of Iroas this turn. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can't kill it. And I'll net even on life, actually, which is cool. Still no land. I do think I just have to Dreadful Apathy this thing. I had such a great start, but I'm still stuck on 4 here. I feel like my opponent has an answer. Do I attack with Daxos? Might as well. I'm probably not blocking with Daxos. Oh, please keep throwing away 1/1s. I like their board just diminishing, right? Because I'm not really trying to kill them with damage. Remember, we're kind of a mill deck. We can just fight for board presence and I can control the board long enough, then I'll be pretty happy. Note that a 5th land also lets me do the flicker trick, where you activate Dreadful Apathy, and then with the ability on the stack, you flicker the Dreadful Apathy onto a different creature. We do think our opponent has a single blue mana spell, which is probably Stern Dismissal. Could also be the Chain of Memory or whatever it's called. If I block here, my opponent has... I guess they can cast Starlit Mantle. If they want to do that, that's fine. Jeez, this deck hates me. Well, we're not attacking anymore. I'm also just not drawing the land. Not drawing the Traveler's Amulet either. And people are always like, oh, well, you went down to 16 lands. And it's like, well, yeah. But if you're not drawing the Traveler's Amulet, you're not drawing that 17th land anyway. Alright, so opponent's going to be able to put a lot more pressure on now because of this thing. Oh, Shimmerwing Chimera. Alright, take 3, 4 in the air. Just let me land. Oh, no, that's so good. Alright, now is my time to draw the land. Otherwise, they're going to be able to bounce that. I just have to activate Dreadful Apathy on my turn. What could they possibly have for 1 mana that blows me out if I block here with Daxos? They have 2 mana spell. Even if it's Starlit Mantle, they give this +1/+1. Daxos won't die. So I do think I'm going to put Daxos in front of this. No, Favorite of Iroas just dies, I guess. I'm cool with that. Alright, land. Yes. Okay. So let's go full control mode. Oh, shoot. This still doesn't work the way I want it to. So I guess what I have to do is go Ichthyomorphosis on this now so it loses the ability. Because if I use the flicker trick, I do get rid of the Witness of Ages, and I do get to put the Dreadful Apathy on like the Shimmerwing, but then they can just bounce the Shimmerwing back. I could put it here, because they can't bounce that. It's not an enchantment. But I do think I just want to nullify Shimmerwing Chimera. They could still have Starlit Mantle. That's true. That's true. I don't think they do. I feel like they were just bluffing or something. And I can actually attack here for a lot. See if they just want to trade here. How much am I taking back? 4. Guess I can afford to leave. Oh, I have the wall back. Just attack like this. If they want to throw away their Chimera and put it in the graveyard, that's fine. They could cast a couple 1 mana blue spells or like a Starlight Mantle is the only thing I can think of. Okay. Alright, I'm fine with that trade. Alright, I didn't even lose the thing. Okay, pass the turn. Super freak. Super freak. You're super freak 8. See what I did there. Alright, 3 cards in hand from the opponent. Another Envoy, sure. Gonna take some damage in the air. Dawn Evangel's fine. Doesn't do too much. So I go down to what, 13 here? Opponent's down to 1 card. I feel like I'm very far ahead. If I draw another island, I've got Thrix available. No need to flicker. Alright, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Could just play this. Again, I think I can afford to take a little bit of damage here. I think I just want to set up for another turn. I guess this is probably a fine turn to go apathy and then kill this as well, essentially. And they're only dealing 2. I guess I can let him go to combat first and just do it mid-combat. That's not true. We'll see if this gains flying first. Alright, I think I'm just going to pass here. I need all 5 of my mana. As much as I want to get this... oh, I could have attacked here. I'm fine with this trading for anything my opponent has. Because if this doesn't even gain flying, I don't necessarily need to do that this turn. I probably would anyway, because I'm not doing anything else with my mana. I would like to play the Traveler's Amulet and just guarantee I have the second blue. Oh, yes. I love when people scry on their turn. When you just like main phase scry, I've got nothing. Love it. Look at this mill deck. I think we ended up cutting it, but another reason to have that lantern in our deck is it does exile opponent's cards when we're trying to mill them. Okay, this thing does not have flying right now. Sure, I can take 2. I can definitely take 2. I mean, if they kill Banish and Light, I probably still lose, right? So let's go full control mode. Activate. Respond. Cast Flicker. Make sure I target the enchantment. Submit. Auto pay. Resolve that. Put it on Wave Rider. And then exile Witness. And now I have a Dreadful Apathy on a Wave Rider. Pretty sweet. Ooh, we have an envoy of our own. That can actually just straight up block their envoys. Let's go and attack here. I can send in this. I guess that's it. I'm cool with them trading for this Evangel. They choose to take the damage. I'm cool with that as well. Do you think I need to go Amulet here? Can't cast more than one spell, though. Guess I just want to play the 2/3. I guess I want to block, actually, just in case they do go, like, Staggering Insight. Alright, let's go Envoy. Gain a life. Daxo's definitely been putting in its own weight. Not exactly getting my opponent dead fast. Eidolon of Philosophy is respectable. Draw him enough cards to find an answer for the Banish and Light. Alright, so let's go ahead and block one of that. And they pass. Let's go get an island. Shaboom. I guess I should have done that on my turn so I could potentially draw another land. Well, there's our mill card. I think we just want to keep up Thrix right now, though. And could actually attack them. If they trade here, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm actually super happy with getting that Eidolon off board. Just so they don't draw a bunch of cards. Alright, I go up to 12. We can exile Shimmerwing. And I will pass the turn. Just play the Dream Trawler so I can scoop. Let me see the Archon Dream Trawler deck. I think I'm just going to take 2 here and then cast Thrix on end step. Because I'm not worried about losing life. And give them the opportunity to like play out something from their hand if they're holding up a counter spell. Which I don't think they have, but if they do, yeah, they clearly don't have it. Ooh, they have something though. Maybe a Triumphant Surge. Yep, that is exactly what they have. Alright, they gain some life. Alright, so we can go one thing here. Probably just Rumbling Sentry. What does our attack look like? Just 1? All right, Rumblebutt, get out there. Scry to the bottom. Do I want to mill them just for the heck of it? They still got 21 cards. Do I want to mill them into, like, some nonsense answer? Yeah, we're going to do it. We're a mill deck. Mill them into a Sentinel's Eyes. Perfect. Beautiful. There's all their aggressive cards. We did give them a Sentinel's Eyes, though, which is kind of funny. So they get to make a 2/3 flyer. It's fine. Do get to start attacking with Rumbling Sentry now. Look, this card's pretty mediocre. It's as mediocre as you get in this format, but it does have a significant impact on the board when you play it, right? 3/6 for 5 is not embarrassing, and the extra scry 1 is something. Alright, I'll take my damage. I did give you that card, though. Ooh, that's a nice draw. So we will just play this. And I guess I tap this down, right? That kind of strands the... Sentinel's Eyes on it as well. I'm going to make this for 3 in case they have like an Indomitable Will. It just gets around it. I don't think they have anything in their hand, personally. Could attack with more creatures here as well, but I think that's fine. We'll just do that. And then you take 4 here. Oh, they block? They just chomped again. They might be looking for a specific answer. Like, what if they have like a Heliod's Intervention in this deck? Look how insane it would be. Kill this, kill the Liar, kill Banishing Light, get back my 3/4. Decline. Yeah, that would have been nice if it was a counterspell. I'm gonna jam. Opponent goes to 1. I'm just gonna keep that in hand. I'm gonna keep the Naiad in hand. We could have like Shatter the Storm here, right? 2/9 Daxos. Probably should have untapped this just so I could interact with a blocker. Sorcery Speed Starlit Mantle. Okay. What does that mean? Guess it doesn't mean much. Am I going to get, like, Settle the Wreckage here? What's going on? Just looking for a counter spell. They're at 1 life. They really can't have anything. Oh, well, I guess 2 counter spells. We'll take the one that's not basically a dead card, and I will untap, and this should be game. Can't imagine they have anything that gets through Memory Drain here. All right, so there you go. We cast a mill card against the opponent, and we give them an escape card. That's how our mill deck's going to work out. My opponent's deck seemed a little bit unfocused, I guess. That or they didn't draw, like, their good enchantments. The Elder Spell, and a Cavalier of Flame. And there goes the computer going wonky again. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you on match number 2. Alright, here we go. Match number 2 on the play. This is a pretty good hand. It is the kind of hand I hate where you don't have a pressure card. So, you're going to kill your opponent's first 3 plays and then counter something, and then your opponent will inevitably draw, 5 or 6 more creatures than you. And you will have answered everything, and then they start playing bigger things, and you die to those. That is how this is going to go. We are against Don Francesco della Rocca, though. Della Rocca. Nothing to play. I guess Whirlwind Denial is fine. I do want to hit my 4th land, though, so I can keep up Memory Drain, hopefully scry into something. Opponent also has nothing, though. There's the 4th land. And doesn't look like they have a Vexing Goal. Just play big creature that I can Triumphant Surge. Oh, they're missing a land, perhaps? Maybe not. Did they stop on upkeep for something? I think my opponent just stopped on their upkeep. Alright, Don Francesco della Rocca, what do you have? Oh my god. Hero of the Winds. Suppose I should Memory Drain that. Mana efficiency and all that. And get my scry action. I want the Elspeth. I wonder if I keep Elspeth, because if it resolves on this board, I've got another counter spell, I've got interaction. If I can resolve an Elspeth, maybe I do fine. I don't think I want that, though. It's a little bit odd, because I know I'm not going to draw land here, and I just have to pass, which should be big red sign for the opponent that Sunmane Pegasus. Sure, we'll counter that as well. And there we go, perfect. So now I get to go Plains, Elspeth, and hold up Stern Dismissal, which is very nice. Not that Elspeth is like the best bomb, but it's really good. It does compete with my, whatchamacallits, my Sweet Oblivions. My opponent did not have a draw there. Alright, I guess I make 2 more guys. Let me attack first. I don't think they have a White Omen. They would have cast it by now. And they're setting me up for a board wipe or something. I didn't play anything. I'm going to play around the board wipe until I see it. Unfortunately, this can't bounce one of my own creatures. Let's see if they just like shatter the sky or something here. Oh, that's not too bad. I can even Stern Dismissal that back to their hand if it gives me a nice attack. Alright, let's go. This will put Elspeth in the graveyard, but that's fine. Let's go pump, pump. Attack for what, 7? 8. Attack for 8. Play a Plains and pass. Well, opponent's on a 3-turn clock. They do nothing. Courser's okay. Just want to bounce Ichthyomorphosis to their hand. Make them replay that. Let's see, if I go Stern Dismissal, exile 4 other cards, I can just play Elspeth again next turn. Yeah. Just untap, play Elspeth. Ooh, they have something they can cast here. And they scoop. Sure. Yeah, that was going to be pretty good. I'd just recast Elspeth, start pumping, give +2/+1, attack for another 8, and then the opponent's at 2. I feel like they maybe got punished by some sort of splash there. They were missing a specific color. They never drew their 5th land either, though, to be fair. We had a reasonable draw for a pretty sketch open in hand. Elspeth's pretty strong, though, on a uncontested board. So let's go ahead and see how match number 3 goes. Maybe mill someone out. See you there. All right, welcome back. Match number 3. Pretty sketch hand. I guess 2-drop, 3-drop, essentially kill a thing's not bad. We have the Sweet Oblivion in hand. We're on the draw too, which I don't mind. Against the trifecta. Opponent's mulling. That is the secret tech against us. Yes, I want to play against black decks. That's exactly what I want to play against. Ooh, messed up. Should have played Plains in case I draw decks. Why do you hate me? What have I done? Alright, Underworld Charger's respectable. Alright, let's go ahead and get in our 1. I guess I play Daxos first, just the long-term advantage of gaining the life. I'm gonna just sign myself up to take a little bit of damage here. I mean, it would have been better to play Daxos on turn 2 if this was the game plan. Although I would have played Pilgrim over Transcendent Envoy. Maybe this can just get tough enough to actually just block Underworld Charger. Sure, Soul Reaper's fine. Stinging Lionfish. Well, we could play off curve here, or I could just keep up Memory Drain for my opponent's next play and then go Heliod's Pilgrim plus Stinging Lionfish. And that seems fine. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Just pass the turn here with an obvious counterspell. Take another 3. Might not cast anything. Yeah, I'll counter that. No guarantee they're going to cast anything else. Trance and Lyre is probably good enough to keep here. Let's see, if I go in Trance and Lyre into land, well, I'm going to shuffle, right? So it doesn't really matter what I do, because I'm going to go boom plus boom. Sure. Oh, actually, I could go Pilgrim plus Aura here. in which case they then sack this to draw a card. So that's like a little annoying. I think I'd still just want to get the lionfish down and then go Pilgrim. I mean, if they want to keep 3 mana up at all times to make sure their Underworld Charger doesn't get exiled, I'm cool with it. Yeah, Dreadful Apathy is just better here. Are they going to sack to draw a card anyway? Oh, looks like they thought about it for a second. Well, Elspeth's Nightmare is going to kill Daxos. Pretty good. And then they're going to take a card out of my hand here, too. It does discard, too, which is super annoying. Alright. Well, I guess we use our Apathy while we can, and then just let them take whichever other card they want to take. God, this card's so good, I hate it. I hate how good it is. Yeah, casting Sweet Oblivion doesn't actually do anything. So let's go Apathy here and just use it right away so they can't untap and sack it. Might as well smack them for 1. I assume if I'm my opponent, I take the Entrancing Liar and just realize that I gotta beat Sweet Oblivion. And they didn't even think about it. They just snapped it off. Rumbling Sentry should be relevant in this game. I could double block there. Neither of these creatures are insanely important. Like, if I can trade Lionfish for the Soul Reaper, I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, what do we untap and play now? Temple Thief, okay. I am happy with a Temple Thief. Let's go ahead and Rumble. Put that on the bottom. And swing 1. Alright, so they're going to exile the graveyard, which is a whole activation of Sweet Oblivion, but at least they didn't get the Sweet Oblivion. I do think Arena needs to adjust the bot priority for this card, because you can get it pretty late, which is kind of crazy. I'm going to tuck with the Rumbling Sentry. If they had a removal spell, they would have used it. And how much are we going to play into a Shatter the Storm? Again, no reason to play around it until you know about it, and this is best of 1, so unless you have a really strong reason to believe your opponent has Shatter the Storm, probably shouldn't worry about it. Like this. Oh, right, I can't block it. I was about to say I'll just block, but I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't do it. Ooh, Whirlwind Denial's a good draw. Guess we just jam. Opponent's just going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down to 4. We have a counter spell active. And we're not going to Sweet Oblivion you, sorry. I mean, we have, ooh, red mana. Uh-oh. Show me the Jun card. Alright, counter that. This opponent will explode. There it goes. Whirlwind Denial. Target opponent concedes the game unless they pay 4. Look, Stubborn Denial is not the best counterspell in the world, but it's fine, right? It's fine. I would rather have a Deny Existence, or Deny the Divine, whatever it's called. Ooh, Light Up the Stage. I'm literally looking at a Light Up the Stage right next to me on my desk. Alright, 3-0. We haven't milled anybody else, or anybody out yet, but we've killed some people, so I guess the backup plan's coming in handy, and we'll run it back for match number 4. See you there. Alright, welcome back. Match number 4 against Razor Beats by Dre, 123. I've got a pretty sketch hand here. I'm on the play, and I've got, like, minor interaction. This hand could definitely benefit from drawing a Thrix. You ever keep a 5-mana hand, you're going to draw another land off the top. It's just how Magic is. It's just a rule. All right, Minimize Prophecy is pretty good. Wouldn't mind having one of those in this deck. This is a card that, not only do I like it, but it's also just a fun card. It's interesting. Do you attack for 1 and take 2, or do you just keep back on defense? All right, they're going to trade 1 damage for 2 damage. They did scry on top 2 cards, though. Ooh, Smellspeth. That does make me want to trade off damage. We have plenty of planes in our hand. We'll get an island, play an island, and pass. I guess I could just try to clear the board, right? just get that off, but I think that's got some relevance if I can land this Elspeth next turn. I don't really want to use Stern Dismissal. Let's see what they name. Whatever. Alright. Not only do they have Archon in their deck, as everybody does, but it's also in their hand. Counterspell? Alright, well this game's over. We're not going to beat that Archon. Unless we draw Banishing Light immediately. Let's go ahead and make some 1/1s and pass. Alright, Archon, draw 2. I like that people are just running the Archons out without protection, but... Alright, one shot. Nope. I guess I can bounce it for a turn and hope to draw another counterspell. I can also tap another creature, which is fine. We lose to like a Starlit Mantle, but we're probably already losing right now anyway. I guess I can cast Sweet Oblivion. Huh. I wonder if I should have... Well, I just drew Sweet Oblivion, right? I wonder if it had it, if I was going to cast it last turn. Because maybe... See what I'm saying? Maybe they scried this to the top knowing they were going to cast it, and then I just mill it off the top. How good would that be? Alright, I'm going to let them do whatever they're going to do here. They get to look at the top cards. They cast an enchantment, I'll respond. Yep. See if they got the Starlit Mantle. Tap down Homeboy. Oh, they can flash in something? Oh, Omen of the Sun. Sure. I guess that's not complete GG. I do need to draw a counterspell next turn or a die. Or, I guess, Ichthyomorphosis. Why is Archon a rare? Why do you hate me, Magic? Why do you hate me, Wizards? Why does this gain 5 life? And there we go. Kept 5 mana sources, drew probably a little bit too much mana, but Archon's too good. Archon is too good. And take Archon out of that equation. That's just like a real game, but Archon's kind of a busted card. Beat the first one, did not beat the second one. You can't complain losing to the bomb rares. It just happens, right? Sometimes you get them and you just crush people. My opponent just running it out there, though, does not care about it getting removed, and unfortunately didn't have the removal, putting us at a 3-1, and I will see you all in match number 5. All right, welcome back. This is the opposite hand, where if you ever keep a 2-land hand, you're not going to draw the 3rd mana source. It's just not going to happen. It's just how Magic is. Well, we have the nice 3-1 into Sweet Oblivion hand as well. Again, sick. And we're on the play. Well, draw a 3rd land. This hand's decent. Draw no 3rd land. This hand puts a Sentinel's Eyes in my opponent's graveyard. I thought this art was stupid at first, and then I looked at it, and I was like, no, this art's actually pretty good. Clint Searly, your art is freaking fantastic. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Also, we need Black Fox here. There we go. Yes, we get to play. All right. Let's send it in. Another island would be perfect. Draw. Grove Dancer. All right, just going to jam. Opponents will always block the 3-1. You have to block the 3-1. It's just how it is. Exile that, and let's go Pilgrim. Let's go. We'll get the Dreadful Apathy for sure, because we do have the Flicker in hand. And Exile tends to be pretty good against black-green. Ooh, I like the Funeral Rites, because they don't know that I want to mill them. No 3rd land sucks. Or 4th land, I guess. But we got a little lucky just hitting the 3rd land. Let's run out a creature here. Over the wire. Alright, opponent's all set up. Ready to go. Mill yourself a lot, please. Cast a Venomous Hierophant. No, not Chainweb. Wings of Hubris. I do like playing against Wings of Hubris as well, because it's not a card that threatens me a lot. That being said... Oh, they can actually kill their own Chainweb Arachnair if they really want to. I'm not sure where that gets them, but... I'll just go ahead and do this and pass. I don't need to put the Chainweb Arachnair in their graveyard for them. Renata. Renata's pretty good. Guess we banish and light Renata just to avoid them getting bigger creatures after that. Apathy doesn't stop the passive ability. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and banish and light Renata here. Again, just ready to get destroyed by the mass enchantment removal. My opponent goes Plains, Heliod's Intervention. Gotcha, punk. I didn't equip this. Gravebreaker Lamia. Card is busted. Alright. Good question is, do they put something relevant in the graveyard? Which they did. Voracious Typhon's nice. Sometimes you just dump a land. Yep, we're going to give that flying. And I guess if I draw a fourth land, I just tap it with the thing. I did draw a fourth land. And unfortunately, no memory drain. They're also a mana away from... Let's keep up white. Yeah, because we can cast Flicker on their turn in case they try to do something. Alright, we're going to go here. And hopefully my opponent just goes like land Voracious Typhon, and then we can draw a fifth land and get him with the good old trick, right? I'm not going to use the Wire, though. Whoop, y'all didn't hear that. Alright, yeah, just play Voracious Typhon, and then I draw a fifth land. Oh, Warbriar Blessing. Do I care? They're going to kill one of my creatures. They're trying to bait me. They gain a little bit of life. Oh, I see. And then they can respond with whatever, because I can't activate the thing. I think I just let this happen and hope they don't have a way to kill the enchantment. Sure. If all they want to do is kill my Naiad, that's okay. Skull of Grove Dancer's fine. I guess I don't have too much on board. And again, they can sack the wings to put the Lamia in the graveyard if they have like a way to get it back. It does deny me the Flicker as well. Sure. So Lamia will die at end of turn, right? Beginning of the next end step. And I cannot Flicker, so you got me pretty good. That would have been amazing if I had the Flicker up. I'll just block. It does get rid of the wings as well. Okay. Well, that wasn't worst case scenario. Remember, I can always Flicker Heliod's Pilgrim to get a Ichthyomorphosis. That's not exactly great against the Typhon, though. I can counter the Typhon once. I'll decline. Birth of Meletus is fine. Do I need to counter the stupid Typhon, I guess, is the question. Because if I Flicker this at some point and get Ichthyomorphosis, it still has counters on it, so it would be a 3/4. But I can manage a 3/4 with this, so I think that's fine. I'm going to go Birth of Meletus, get a land. Probably just cast Omen of the Sun. And we're just trying to stall the game long enough that Sweet Oblivion ends up killing him here. Just pass. Oh, sure, they had an Omen of the Dead. Sure. So they get back the Lamia. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can't do anything about it. So they weren't even playing around Flicker. They just happened to have Omen of the Dead. All right, they're going to go Gravebreaker over Voracious Typhon. This actually gets another card out of their library, too. They're still 20 cards strong. Should I end of turn Flicker my Pilgrim? Maybe. If they attack, they can't do anything. I'm going to actually go ahead and just get Skull of Grove Dancer off the board, I think. Maybe I don't care about the 2 damage, actually. Because I might need chump blockers. Yeah, let's not do that. Yes, I would like to take action. And I think I just want to tap down this, right? I can blink Birth of Meletus if I really want to. I could also blink Omen of the Sun and just have 4 blockers to kill this. I think get a little more leverage out of my flicker though. Yeah, actually I think that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just tap down the Lamia. Lamia. Keep that down. Hopefully my opponent just dumps extra mana into this thing. Could attack them. I don't see the point. We're not going to win on combat damage here. And crack the Omen. It is on my end step. Sometimes people get a little hasty and they like to just crack their Omen sometime in the middle of the turn. That would have been amazing. Get to go Sweet Oblivion. They did put 2 on the bottom, so they're still cold top decking, which is nice. Every turn that goes by makes Oblivion better. Right now I still only have 1 card in the graveyard, so I can Oblivion twice. I can mill 8. Sure. Just not going to put that spider in the graveyard. Don't care about taking 1. Alright, I think we're going to see Voracious Typhon now. And then I think I'm going to go for the Flicker on the Heliod's Pilgrim. Go get the Ichthyomorphosis. Play 1, 2, 3... Yeah, I think, I mean, I can just make them waste an attack doing that too. Let's decline. Daxos isn't terrible. How big is Daxos actually? 2/5. Not enormous. Big enough though. Alright, I'll pass here. Opponent with 2 cards in hand, 17 cards left. I'm still at 21, which is a very high life total. They attack. Sure. Do I just block here? Do I kill Skola Grove Dancer? And then block here? And then go Flicker here, and if they have removal, they have removal. Why throw away the Grove Dancer, though? I guess they could have Mire's Grasp. And they just wanted to deal 2 damage to it. Alright, we'll get Ichthyomorphosis here. I mean, Daxos dying's not like a big deal or anything. Does look like Mire's Grasp. Yep. Respectable. I can dig it. Soul Reaper. Yes, draw more cards. Decline. So I can't go Ichthyomorphosis and hold up mana or Memory Drain. They're going to end of turn sack a creature. Maybe sack in the Chainweb Arachnir, which means I probably don't want to cast Transcendent Envoy if that's what they're going to do. So I think I can hold a turn on Ichthyomorphosis too, right? Is it time to actually start casting Sweet Oblivion or scrying or what? What's the deal here? I guess if I go Ichthyomorphosis on this and they sack it and they replay it, that just time walks them, right? They're down a turn. I want them to draw more cards. If I can cast this 4 times, I win. Hold on, opponent. Hold on. But I don't want them to have 2 big monsters is the problem. Alright, opponent says nice. I think I might just go like Sweet Oblivion, pass turn, hold up Memory Drain, and just start blocking. Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully we don't mill them into something insane, but if they draw more cards, it's not great for them. Milled an Omen of the Dead and a Rage Scarred thingy. If they don't do anything that needs to be countered here, I will just sack Omen of the Sun on end step. I think, yeah, they're going to sack Spider. That's okay. That is perfectly fine. If I have to counter the Spider, I guess that's not the worst. Opponent has 11 cards. Might only have to cast this twice. I'm pretty sure I can live long enough to not die. Do I block yet? I don't think I need to block yet. I can, though. It's not too big a deal. But I'm going to save that 7 damage at some point. Doesn't really matter when. Opponent has 8 mana, so if I counter this once... Oh, another Renata. You have lots of Renata. Alright, let's go and Memory Drain that. Try to see if we get something nice on top here. Okay. Sure. Into Niley's Huntmaster. Alright, they're doing the thing I said I didn't want them to do. Let's decline there. Daybreak Chimera. Problem with that is the stupid Arachnir. So if I play this and kind of bait them into doing it, they have 11 cards. I'm going to play... Oh, they're just going to bring back the spider anyway, so... Alright, let's go Ichthyomorphosis here. And I can save that. I'm just going to scry this turn. The thing is, if I play this now, then they bring back the spider and they kill it, and they're probably just going to bring back the spider anyway to get a bunch of damage on board. And once the spider's out, I can just go ahead and dump these two and have more blockers. Right now, the wall blocks Voracious Typhon. I'll take 4 from the Huntmaster. Oh, right, I guess I gotta block multiple things here. So I do need more blockers on board. Maybe they can kill me before I can mill them out. They just managed to put a bunch of creatures on board. Alright, good. They're casting the spider, though. That's what I need to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I have one more spell in the graveyard, and I can cast Sweet Oblivion twice. And the Omen will do that. So I think I'll be fine here. I can only cast Sweet Oblivion once. Ooh, Elspeth's not a bad draw, though. So I can go Elspeth into Envoy. Give me a bunch of chump blockers. Decline. Play Envoy. Maybe I should have kept that land on top, though. Alright, play Elspeth. Make some blockers. And pass the turn. Yeah, 2 more turns and I should win here. Oh, no! That is absolute worst case scenario. Gives everything trample. So now I should probably actually try to kill some creatures, right? So this can block here pretty nicely. 1, 2, 3 to kill this. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Geez, stupid Forerunner, of course. Is there a better block? Not really. And I can't cast Oblivion twice in the same turn. Down to 8. That took a rough turn all of a sudden. Decline here, right? Yeah, I can't afford to use my mana on that. Oh! Forgot we had another copy of Oblivion, so I only have to cast this once, right? And then survive. Oh, jeez. Alright, they have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trample power. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 toughness. I could gain 5 life. Is that better than soaking up 2 damage? It is, right? I go to 13. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to go Daybreak Chimera for sure, plus Sweet Oblivion in my graveyard. That way, if they draw graveyard removal, I still have the Sweet Oblivion in my hand. Question is, what do I do with Elspeth? 1, 2, remember, instants and sorceries first. Then bad creatures. I think we're still going to be fine here, guys. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this just blocks here. And then that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trample damage coming in. I can block a pretty decent amount of it. Catoblepis. Is that a third Renata? What's going on? Hydra's Growth. I think it's actually just better to gain 5 life. And then what? The opponent draws a card, I mill him for 4, and that should be game. Oh, what if they draw, like, Quathus's Design? The card I've never seen cast in this format. Alright, I am going to block Smart still. This can block here. So right now I'm taking 2. 6, 7, 8. I guess I'll just soak up 2 of that. Not sure what can go wrong here. They can't counter the Sweet Oblivion. If they have Agonize and Remorse, I'll just cast the other Sweet Oblivion. Yep, Typhon. Decline. Oh, Triumphant Surge too. Alright. I will mill you for 4. And boom! We got him with the mill. By force mill. Round 5. We finally milled someone out. That's the only way we're going to win a game like that, though, right? Oh, man. Nylea's Forerunner? Jeez. Alright, that puts us at 4-1. Already farther than I thought we were getting with this deck. But we've got potentially 3 more wins on our hands. Let's see if we can get there. Match number 6 coming up. Alright, match number 3 against Gorlock. We've got a very slow hand against red. That helps a little bit, for sure. Just any creature that can trade for something early helps a lot, so I can get to these things. Yep, red-white. This is kind of best of 1 the game. And the question is always whether or not the opponent has like an aspect of Hydra or something along those lines. Always makes me wonder if I should just take the first hit and then have like the flicker up, but I'm probably just going to play this and pass. Hero of the Pride, fine. Sweet Oblivion, just what we want. Alright. Hopefully this buys us enough time to get to 5 mana. We still need to draw a 5th land, but both Rumbling Sentry and Thryx should be good against red-white. Actually, let's not auto-pass. They could pay a 1-power creature here. Sunmane Pegasus. Okay. Sure. Alright, that's the 5th land. 1, 2, we're just going to tap down Pegasus, I suppose. I don't think I want to Sweet Oblivion them because we might hit like a Sentinel's Eyes or something like that. I also should have tapped differently. It auto-tapped white mana. That's weird. Okay. Just empty out your hand with bad cards. Scophos Warleader. Decline, because I'm going to cast something else this turn. Elspeth I cannot cast. I'm going to run out Thryx and block. I don't think I block. I think I'm supposed to take 6, run out Thryx, and then have Flicker up next turn. It doesn't feel like they really have anything, but like I want to block that hero, but if they just go like Aspect of Manticore this, it's like, oh. I'm going to keep this tap. Oh, I didn't Jesus, I didn't even cast Thryx. Alright, well I can go 1, 2, get a Plains. Oh, that's so bad. I messed up pretty bad. That might have cost me the game. I just straight up didn't even cast my creature. They didn't cast anything either, which means these are either lands or pump spells. I think I'm too low now that I actually have to go for the Thryx and block plan. Alright, let's see if it pauses. Can't even judge the pause here because they have this. Ouch. I messed up bad. I could have had this same block here, but with Flicker up. Oh, they've got a Surge. They've got something they can cast right now. If I don't block, looks like Surge. What else? Oh, Final Flare. I guess they could have Final Flare here. Yeah, they're going to sack Pegasus to kill Thryx. Look how good this would be if I had Flicker up. But I misplayed. What's my game plan, though? If Thryx dies, I'm just dead, right? Yeah. I guess I can untap. I'm going to go to 4. I mean, that obviously untaps. Jeez, no white source here is bad. All right, so we can go here. Get the Plains. And then here's an option. So I can go Entrancing Liar, try to tap this. They can sack that in response is the problem to stop it from tapping. I might have to actually just straight up Flicker this thing. I can go 1, 2, keep the hero tap down, and then Flicker this to give me another turn. That gives me the wall. Might be what I have to do here. Because if I were playing like in paper against someone I knew was kind of mediocre, I would just use this to target this and keep it tapped down. But if my opponent's smart, they see I tap out, they'll just sack this to it so it doesn't get tapped. So I think I have to play really poorly here and try to make up for my nonsense. So keep that tapped down, and then we'll have to flicker the war leader, which is bad. Which is really bad. God, that would have been amazing if they just did that and... Ouch. Elspeth making blockers is pretty good. I do kind of need them to brick. They could also just sack that now to be able to cast the Ragehound, which I think would actually be pretty nice for me. Because the Ragehound's going to come back at some point anyway. They chose not to. Fine by me. I should just go to combat here. Yeah, I'll just flicker your dude. I really need them to not add to the board this turn. Because I'm going to make a wall and then maybe be able to go like Elspeth. No, they're casting something. They can't bring back Ragehound, Dreamstalker, Manicore. Well, not only was it a creature, but it was a pretty decent creature. Okay, at least they're showing us they have nothing. So we'll decline there. Plains is fine, since I'm probably only doing one thing anyway. So if I go here, I give that Menace, I die, because I can only block one of them. So I think I have to go Elspeth, make tokens. Could cast a Sweet Oblivion. Not sure where that gets me. Survive another turn, I gain 2 life, which gives me some time. If I play this, yeah, I'm just dead if I play that, so... I still don't think I Sweet Oblivion. Just gonna make tokens. Yoink. And I'm gonna trade off my whole board next turn, and then they're gonna bring this back. I'm still facing down multiple creatures. But if I can untap and maybe get Elspeth to make some more tokens, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah, so assume they draw a blank. What happens here is I block here, double block here. I guess if they don't give this thing Menace, which is not something they have to do, I can just go block, block, and still have a token on board. That's pretty sketch. If they give Menace, they... Actually, the result's probably the same, right? No, actually, if they give Menace, I have to double block this, so I can't actually even kill the Dreamstalker Manicore. So it might be right for them to sack the hero to give this thing Menace so that I have to throw a second blocker here, and I no longer have 2 blockers to kill Dreamstalker Manicore. They still get to bring this thing back. So I lose my board, and they have 3 creatures. Yep, they figured it out. And smart opponent, smart. So it doesn't matter how I block them. There's no way I can save any of my dudes. I think we're going to take an L here. I do go up to 6 life. Yep. Come on. Menace is so stupid on here. Just let me double click the things. Alright. Yeah, opponent's smart. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. Alright, and then here comes Ragehound. Oh, we have something even better. Yes, we will untap. Dreadful Apathy, okay. I don't think I have enough mana to go Slum Sentry Dude plus Apathy, do I? Okay, so we got to think here. So if I go this and make 2 1/1s, and they give this Menace, I go block plus block here. One thing blocks here, and then I'm dead to any instant because of the Manicore. Or not necessarily, because I can go block here and just double chunk soldiers on this. Can also go 4 mana. No, so I mean, I have to do all I can do here. I could also gain 5 life and recast Elspeth. That doesn't seem particularly useful. I can tap down this, so that's one less attacker to worry about. That's something, I suppose. Alright, let's go ahead and play the Sentry. Scry that to the bottom. Let's go ahead and make some 1/1s. And I will pass the turn. Elspeth's doing a decent job of keeping me in this, but if my opponent keeps hitting bangers, I'm in trouble. The good news is if they don't give this menace, it makes blocks a little bit easier for me. Because Sentry can just brick wall this thing. I'm going to tap this down before combat. Just imagine how different this game would be if I had Thrix on board here with the flicker up. And then I'd be able to hold up Memory Drain. I think I probably would have won by now. I have Elspeth. That is one of the downsides. Looks like they're going to sack the token. I mean, that's fine. They should probably make me use my mana first. Alright. Smart opponent is smart. Alright, I'm just going to block in the only way that means I'm not dead. Try to kill that. Double block here and just no block on the 4-power dude. I can't afford to triple block that, so there's no point moving the Rumbling Sentry over there. If I can clear the Mana Core, we have a chance here. Alright, just don't have anything irrelevant in your hand, please. Just nothing. That last card needs to not be anything, please. I literally am begging you. Alright, just bring back Ragehound, pass. Or, you know what? Forget to bring back Ragehound. I made a mistake, you make a mistake. Gorlock. Oread, no, they have 2 things. Ugh, just keeps getting worse. Alright. So, unfortunately, I can't do anything with Elspeth other than put it in the graveyard. So, we're probably going to have to bring Elspeth back next turn. That's not terrible. So, what are my options here? I go play Dreadful Apathy here. Play Leona the Lost Pride as a blocker. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have 2 mana up. So I go tap this, play Dreadful Apathy here. Leonin can block here. This can block there. That actually keeps me alive. This is until end of turn. I wonder if there a way I hold up Memory Drain? 1, 2, 3. No, we can't hold up Memory Drain. There's no way. So, Apathy here. Leonin here. And then 1 mana. Tap that down. I've got 2 blockers for their 2 creatures. One of which has to attack into the Sentry. Just draw a blank, please. 1 more blank. That's all I'm asking. They have 8 lands. Omen of the Forge. Oh my god, what a draw. What a draw. Alright, well, I think I would have won that had the Thrix plan worked out, but I just straight up didn't cast my card, so that is how it is sometimes on the digital platforms. You make a mistake, it's too late to fix it. But that does put us at 4-2, and I think we could have had a smooth little 5-1 there, but we'll go ahead and jump into match 7 and redeem ourselves. See you there. All right, ladies and gents, we messed up last round, but we're going to try to run it back against this person. On the play, I'm going to keep it. Daxos into these other spells is pretty strong. Black Fox. All right, you know what we don't want to draw is blue cards. We want islands. 3rd land would be nice. We don't want our opponent to have an Omen of the Forge. We don't mind that. All right, cool. Island's nice. So, Omen of the Sun, I'm sorry, pretty good here. Omen of the Sun, always good against that. Anax. That's kind of annoying, actually, because they're going to get a 1/1 out of the deal. But we can Ichthyomorphosis that post-combat, and they can have a 1/1 that can't block. That's fine. Not going to take 3, especially since I gain 4 life there. Why are you so good, Anax? Get out of here. Black, red. Alright, we'll Ichthyomorphosis this, and I guess I should attack? Maybe I just keep this on board, right? 1 less card to put in the graveyard? I don't know. They can't block. Alright, black-red doesn't usually have a great job of getting rid of enchantments. It just basically puts a card in their graveyard, but they're going to be able to do that. I'd rather them make that block than to play something like a Cavern Lampad, or not Cavern Lampad, but, you know, Lampad of Death's Vigil or Soul Reaper, and then later on draw a card off of it or get some sort of value. Plus, maybe this Leonin gets to exile this at some point. Well, see, there goes the Lampad. All right, so they're all set up to be the black-red sacrifice deck, which Triumphant Surge is nice against this card. That being said, I do think I'm just going to play Leonin here, pump up Daxos, and then probably block, just like chump the Leonin into the Soul Reaper if they attack so that I can exile this Rage Hound. Again, Triumphant Surge is just good here. It's 2 mana to sack another permanent. They can actually sack to this, and this will get +2/+0, but it doesn't gain first strike unless you actually sack a creature to this ability. So they can make this a 4/2 with the Lampad's ability, but they can't give it a first strike ability unless they actually sack to this, which means I won't lose a life. So yeah, if they attack with Slaughter Priest, they're just going to kill my Daxos. That's fine, I suppose. Maybe I get to kill Slaughter Priest if they attack, though. 1 on top. I do like that style of deck, the Portent deck with all the sack outlets. Alright, just Daxos. So opponent's going to be smart. Oh, yes, send it in. Send the Soul Reaper in. I'm going to lose my Daxos, though. Opponent's going to gain a life off my Daxos. That's disrespectful. Okay, let's get rid of Rage Hound. And then they sack that, so we'll be 20 to 21. Opponent will be at 21. And I'm facing down a 1/1 that can't block and a 1/3 versus my hand, which isn't great. But I also get to scry here. Opponent still has 2 cards in hand, though. Black-red tends to have a lot of escape as well. Whirlwind Denial is probably good enough to just keep on top. Lionfish. I don't really want to draw the Lionfish. And I'm not going to block, so I might as well attack. And this is not a great hand to have. But if they just tap out for like a Skophos War Leader or a Rage Scarred Berserker, I do have Triumphant Surge, so I can afford to take that hit. I'm at a pretty healthy life total here, too. Yeah, we'll just counter that. Basically using that Whirlwind Denial on anything I can. Okay. Well, you can't pay 4, so... we have a 2-drop to follow up with, perhaps? No. Alright, 2/3 blocker seems just fine here. And you're up. See if they have another Portent here. Go Portent, sack your dude. Opponent's deck looks pretty sweet. Like I said, I really enjoy playing these decks where you get all the sack outlets and you get like Portents, which basically become expensive murders. But it always feels good. Opponent has 3 cards in hand, none of which seem to be spells. Oh, just go Impending Doom, please. Oh, I rose his blessing. Well, that's bad. We are falling behind by a pretty large clip here because we need to draw more lands and more spells, and we're just not particularly close to any action happening. I'm going to Sweet Oblivion them into their escape card. There it goes. Let's do it again. This game doesn't matter anymore. I think I'm too far behind here. Ugh, I hate that we lost that last round to misclicking. It always seems like whenever you make a mistake and you lose a round, you just lose the next one. You're out of the tournament. It's like, well, I had a shot. Yeah, they do have targets for Triumphant Surge, but now they're going to bring back a 5/6, kill my dude, which doesn't matter too much. I can Triumphant Surge it, but they can bring it back again, so I don't know how we're supposed to win this game. Sure, I milled them into that, but whatever, we're losing this game pretty hard anyway. If they just drawn that, it would have been just as bad. Go down to 12, Triumphant Surge this, go up to 15. Still draw Thrix at any point if you want to go ahead and draw that for me. Oh, shoot. Messed up again. Doesn't matter too much. But now they can sack the Pharika spawn to the land pad to prevent me from gaining the life off the Triumphant Surge. No, they didn't. Probably didn't think about it or know they could do that. Thrix, one time. Thrix isn't even that good. They just play the Pharika spawn again. That's why Pharika spawn is amazing. Oh, yes, mill yourself. 14 cards? There's no way. All right. We'll give them the GG. We will give them the GG. That game I lost fair and square. Like, I just died. But the game before is the one that really makes me sad. Because I think we would have had that if we hadn't misclicked. But what do you think? 4 and 3? Did you call less than that? I called like 2 and 3. And even for misclicking, we gave it a go in that last one. And just, unfortunately, didn't hit the right ratio of lands to spells to get to the point where we could cast 2 spells in one turn or anything like that. It was just 1 spell. I hope the opponent doesn't draw something. They drew something. 1 spell, same deal. And they just kept drawing gas. So we're going to end at a nice little 4 and 3 for this mill deck. I mean, we milled a person out. We literally milled out the black-green deck. Our deck was fine. We lost to an Archon of Sons of Grace as well. So one of our losses was kind of to just a nonsense rare, which is going to happen a lot in this format. Hey, that's my first Enigmatic Incarnation. But there you go. Bifrost Mill. Fun. I wouldn't suggest building the mill deck. And if you are going to build the mill deck, you want to go way more defensive. You want more removal. I've usually found blue-black to be the right spot. But also green-blue gives you bind into the Titans. And note that you do want some sort of graveyard removal. It was probably a mistake not to play the Lantern in our deck. A, because it cycles, and we do want to fill up our graveyard for escape. But also because we're going to mill people into their escape cards a decent amount of the time. And having an answer to that is nice. So just keep that in mind. We didn't build the best version of this mill deck, but just getting 2 Sweet Oblivions and having the option to get the third was nice anyway. And I had a lot of fun, so I hope you did too. Again, I hope everybody's doing fine out there. I hope you're all well and healthy and everybody's, safe at home and all that good stuff. And I appreciate you spending your time here with me and with Mana Rocks. Remember, you can subscribe below. If you have any suggestions for Bifrost videos, then feel free to comment below and let me know your suggestion. I think I'm going to do the Ferocious deck next, the 4 Power Matters deck. Just because that is a fun deck to play and not as niche as the mill deck that relies on specific uncommons. But we'll try it out, and I hope that works out well. So again, thanks for joining me. See you all next time.